Hi, it's Paulie here. Yes, my anecdotes often come off the fact that I know idiots. Oh, so many idiots. Now, let us never lose track of the fact that I, in fact, am one. Look, I'm widely travelled. I've been to a great many countries ever since I was very small. However, boy, I still have my moments. And face it, I'm from Perth, and it's Perth is Oceania. Perth is Southeast Asia, really. Our nearest, our nearest neighbours are places like Java, Singapore, Malaya, Borneo, East Timor. Yeah, sure, we've got a huge Indian population here. We've got a huge sort of, what would you call it, European-y sort of base, but that tends to be English. So I went to MIP TV, which was that's the TV end of the Cannes Film Festival over in Cannes in southern France. And one of the things they have there is that a lot of people don't actually have kitchens in their little apartments. It's really just kind of, a box that they have a live in. Maybe they've got a old hot plate or something, but there isn't actually a kitchen. So a lot of areas sort of have on their block a little kind of neighborhood restaurant, and it makes dinner for those who really can't make it for themselves at home. It just does local home cooking, and there's no menu. You get what they're making tonight. And so I was there on a wing and a prayer with zero money, and kind of crowded into an apartment that we'd rented for that week with the entirety of the Australian film community. So yes, this was kind of a godsend, but I wandered down there, and of course one thing I had never really bumped into was, honest to God, French Provençal home cooking. So I turn up, sit down with a couple of guys from the film industry, yay, and this waitress, I will remember her forever. She was a delight, Alexandrine. She basically ran most of Cannes, but yay, she comes over and she deposits stuff. All right, we each get a big kind of tahini bowl full of some sort of orangey looking soup. Smells kind of nice, okay. We also get a rack of little square Melba toasts, about that big. Okay, we get a big bowl of a incredibly virulently yellowy orange sauce of some kind. Okay, fair enough. And a giant heaping bowl of very finely grated cheese. Okay, so we got soup, sauce, cheese, Melba toast. The Melba toast look too big to be like kind of little crouton-y things or whatever, but okay, this kind of must be nibbly. All right, fair enough. So we pick up the toast, and I guess you spread some of this. I guess it's a spread, this yellow stuff. So we spread the yellow stuff on it. And, maybe the cheese is like in an Italian restaurant where, you can sprinkle cheese into your soups. So we kind of spread some stuff on the Melba toast and stuff to eat. Oh, okay, that's fairly nice. And boy, the waitress comes over and looks at you. Haven't you guys ever eaten before? Haven't we eaten before? And look, you take the toast, you spread the sauce real on it. Okay, now you make a giant heap of cheese on it. She puts an atomic butt ton of cheese on each of these, and then you float them in the soup. Yeah, you put about a dozen in there, and when they sink to the bottom, that's when you dip the spoon in, and that's when you eat them. Okay, lady, in our defense, that is in no way intuitive. But yes, this is bouillabaisse. This is like, this was their particular local version of bouillabaisse. You'll find some in like other restaurants where it's served over a giant piece of bread that's got the sauce real on it, and there is no cheese or whatever, but this was like, lady. So yes, that was my encounter with crazy-assed, honest to God, provincial home cooking. But I went to Japan, and I was kind of the token gaijin who went to one of the very early Tokyo Comic-Cats. But again, no money, and a similar sort of thing. They have like a neighborhood restaurant that just serves what it makes. No menu, you just get what they're doing tonight, because they're just for everyone in the little apartments with no real cooking facilities. So okay, it was pretty cheap, about $5. So fantastic. Go in, pay the money, and there's a cook who's assembling things. He's a really cheerful guy. Oh, hey, never seen a gaijin before in his store, and like, okay, I spoke zero Japanese at that time, really. I do speak some now, but what the hell. But yes, he gives me a tray with an assortment of things in it. So you go over to the seat and you sit down. It's like, all right, well, I've got a big bowl, and That big bowl has a whole bunch of just noodles sitting in it. There's a teapot. There's a long, thin kind of plate that's got some gyoza, what do you Americans call them? Pot stickers, like dumplings on it, okay? There's a saucer that's got some chopped up sort of garnishy looking greenery. And there's another little plate that's got some, looks like little swirly bits of crab stick, and looks like some fine slices of pork belly and so on. Okay. Right, fine. All right, well, the garnish looks like, a side garnish. Gyoza, yep, cool. Seen those before. The slices of pork, fantastic. I've had those before. Right, so, well, I guess you just sort of, I guess I'll have the gyoza. So I reach my chopsticks towards the gyoza, and the cook's kind of looking over at me. Oh, he just looks a bit sad. He's sad. Withdraw the chopsticks. Okay, now he's watching me. Ooh, the pork. Maybe I should eat the pork? Oh, he looks sad again. Withdraw the chopsticks. So right. Take the top off the teapot, which of course expected held tea, because I've also been given a little tiny cup, which looks like might be a big teacup or a small soup bowl. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, the tea kettle, that's full of broth. Oh, okay. Well, I bring the little brothy mug up to it, and I'm going to pour some broth in it. I guess it's like the little miso soup that you get served. That's the right size cup. Now the guy looks really sad. Okay, put that little cup away. Pick up the teapot and start moving it around the table. Wait, he looks happier the closer it gets to the noodles. Happy, very happy. Pour some out of the spout onto the noodles. He's a very happy man. Okay, yeah. Experimentation based on watching this guy's facial expressions. Hot, cold, hot, happy, very happy. Yes, what you had to do was you had to take the noodles. You had to essentially pour broth on them. You had to lay out the pork on it. Then you had to put the gyoza on top of it, and then sprinkle your the stuff that was the garnish. And yes, now your meal is assembled, and you may eat. Again, in my defense, each element of this is something that I have been served separately before. It's just that no one told me that this was supposed to assemble into a giant thing in a bowl. Boy, yeah. Kind of IKEA meals. Yeah. Printed instructions would be nice, or maybe some kind of video tutorial playing up on the wall. Anyway, let's see what I can find next. Cheers.